Today we're talking about New Year intentions and manifesting to live holistically. If you want to live empowered and feel fulfilled, living holistically is super important. But how can we set New Year intentions and aim toward manifestation in a way that helps us to do that? Welcome, I'm Kim Marie, and this channel is all about supporting women to step into their most empowered self so they can live their most fulfilling life. Now, I always talk about the fact that to live our most empowered self, we really need to feel holistic empowerment. We need to feel empowered in all domains of our life. So that's what we're going to talk about today, but more specifically, how to set New Year's intentions and work on manifesting in the direction of that holistic empowerment. We're going to understand New Year intentions and the importance of holistic intentions to help us. We're going to look at the power of manifestation and setting those holistic intentions. And we're going to look at some practical steps to manifestation for you. So I want to distinguish first intentions from resolutions. Now, intentions are really coming so much more from the depths of our sacred feminine presence. Resolution, like even the word resolute, resolve, it's very masculine, it's very pointed, it's very goal-oriented. Now, I'm not saying that's a problem, but if we're trying to live holistically empowered, we really want to tap into what our intentions are, which tend to come from a deeper place, like within our gut, in that space of intuition, imagination, inspiration. What are we longing for? What are we wanting to create for ourselves? That's what we're talking about when it comes to intentions. It's putting this sense of truth and essence and femininity behind it, and then we move toward manifesting it with things like resolutions, with things like goals. But I want to distinguish that. It's not so much the goals as it is how we want to feel, how we want to show up, what we are envisioning for ourselves. So I want to also mention the point of making holistic intentions. What this means is we want to look at our life holistically. So you don't want to just think about one thing, because I guarantee you they all weave together. So you're going to have certain intentions like your health or your wealth or your relationships in those kinds of different categories. And it may seem like, oh, this year I just want to work on my relationships, right? And you set an intention for that and you don't look at the other categories. But the reality is, in order to set holistic intentions, we need to have even the intention to say, I'm going to keep on the path that I'm on. This is good. I'm doing well in that area. I want to continue doing well in that area. Because setting those intentions means we're acknowledging it. We're weaving it in. We're keeping that together. We're honoring that everything works in harmony with each other. And we're not just ignoring one for another. And that can be part of the danger of having only resolutions or only goals, is we're not looking holistically at all domains of our life, what's realistic, what's important, what's needed in the various ways. And when I say domains of life, yes, health, wealth, relationships, those are the common domains, but there's also the concept of your mental and your spiritual and your physical and your emotional well-being and what you need, what your intentions are in those domains of your inner life, okay? So make sure to include all of those as you're thinking about setting holistic intentions for the new year. Now, in order for our intentions to become manifest, there's a whole other energy there. Now, I've done videos in the past about the 12 universal laws. Be sure to take a look at those, the laws of nature, because those are super powerful and very, very helpful for us to be aligned with if we want to actually manifest in our life. Now, what I want to say here is, in terms of the power of manifesting, what you're talking about is actually creating, actually materializing the intentions that you have. Our thoughts, our energy, and our actions all play a significant role in that manifestation. And this is why it can be super helpful to begin to have a container for those intuitive intentions that may have come through, those inspirations, the imaginations that you visualize, and the intuitions that are coming through that are guiding you, that maybe you got during the sacred nights of winter, maybe you got them during a certain meditation, whatever it is. You want to move forward with setting intentions in the new year with honoring what it takes to also manifest them. Intentions and resolutions and goals are pointless if we're not actually going to move toward manifesting them, right? So that's why I'm really talking about this concept of what does it take to manifest our goals. Now, I happen to have a course called Manifest Your Vision that you're welcome to check out, but I also have a brand new soul planner. It's called The Soul Planner. You can check it out at thesoulplanner.com. And it is an opportunity to be a container, to have your intentions month by month, the year in review, week by week. But it's unique in that it gives you opportunities to really center around this concept of imagination, inspiration, and intuition. What has come to you, and how do you have a container for that? So many people talk about tapping into the sacred feminine, but I always say the river needs the riverbanks. So feminine is all about the flow of the river, and it can be raging rapid, it can be still, but it still needs the riverbanks. There has to be some structure for that. And that is what all of my work does. I have a Solace Program for women that guides you through the year. It provides a container for all of this intuitive work that we're doing to unfold and evolve on the journey of our soul. And my soul planner is such a powerful tool for also helping you to do that. The links to all of that are in the description, so be sure to check them out. So when it comes to setting holistic intentions, what are we talking about here? I want to give you a couple of examples, okay? Let's just say I have an intention of finding a partner in my life, like a romantic partner in my life this year. And so I might have the intention that I want to find the partner. And then I can break down that intention into specific activities that I'm going to do. And it might include signing up to be on a dating site. It might include going to more events so that I have opportunities to meet more people. It might be signing up for a local community event or activity or course that I could take where I could potentially meet people. It also might mean putting it out there and talking to my friends and saying, hey, you know what? I'm ready for a relationship. I would love to find my perfect partner. There are lots of different things that we can begin to break down the intentions so that they become manifest. That's what the key is here. Not just setting the intentions, but also thinking about, well, what would be the first step and maybe a step after that? Like, what are some of the initial steps I can take to actually guide me toward realizing what it is that I am envisioning or wanting for myself? But more than that, it's not just taking the one intention. It's also looking at, well, okay, so let's take a look at how I'm doing financially. Do I have the finances to sign up on a dating site or to go sign up for these activities or do these other things? Do I have the time and the other resources? How am I resourced to do these things? And begin to look at that and explore, like, okay, I'm going to set aside X amount of dollars every month for my social life. I'm going to set aside X amount of time every month or every week for my social life. There may be other aspects as well, like your overall health and fitness. Like, how are you feeling? Are you getting the rest that you need so that this whole addition to your plan for the year doesn't take you out and make you exhausted? Are you going to set some boundaries around how late you'll stay out, what you'll do, where you'll dine if you go out to eat with someone, or any of those kinds of things? This is about really looking holistically at how can I allow this intention to come to fruition whilst also paying attention to all the other things in my life that are going on, that I'm concerned about, that I'm needing to pay attention to. Holistic intentions are about really looking at how it's all going to weave together. And so often we set one simple intention. We don't think about the steps we have to take to manifest it. We don't do anything to manifest it. And we don't think about all the other things that might be impacted. Like, if you have children, how is your family going to be impacted by you starting to date? Or what are the kinds of parameters or boundaries you're going to set around the dating situation, right? There are so many different pieces, and holistic intentions really help us to honor how we show up, and it helps us to slow down and take a step back, which gives us a much greater chance of actually manifesting the intentions that we're setting. Now, we need to have some practical steps for manifestation. And I've already mentioned a couple of them, which would include the Soul Planner, my Solace Program, as well as my Manifest Your Vision course. But more than that, it's also how we show up. Remember, I mentioned the concept of how we are energetically and vibrationally presenting ourselves in order to manifest. Well, we can actually tap into that through things like meditation, contemplation, journaling, setting ourselves in the right space to really align with what it is we're trying to create. So we can use visualization techniques to allow ourselves to truly picture this thing happening for ourselves, and then also picture the steps and the process we have to take in order to get there. So taking these practical steps to actually move toward the dream is what's going to make it happen for you, far beyond just writing them down or just speaking them out. So that's the goal here, is that I hope that some of these ideas, these simple concepts of understanding what holistic intentions are, what we need to do to move toward manifestation, and different practical things that you can do. Be sure to check out those links in the description for some of those tools. And remember that it's a process, it's a journey, and you've got this. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.